Hi, I'm back. I just know I need to be back today to share with you, ever so briefly, where I've been and what's going on. I know because somebody had posted already that my mother passed, that some of you know this. But I'd like to share with you just a few comments about what this has been like for the past, well, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. Kind of interesting that I'm sitting at my father's nursing home, outside the door of his nursing home. Right next door is a school, and the children are outside playing. And I think that's really cool. So here I'm sharing with you about the transition of my mother, and these are their children out there laughing and having fun. And that's also a blessing, to be able to hold all the sides, hold everything that comes through. So let me speak to what the title is. I got a call 8 a.m. in the morning on the 5th, a Sunday on the 5th, that my mother was in a coma. She fell and got on the next plane, found out that she had cardiac arrest. She was on life support for 5 days. And we decided as a family that we would take her off life support because she was pretty much brain dead and wasn't going to live on life support. The entire week, I sat with her and I held her hand and I stroked her hair. And I just was fully and completely present to my mother. I spoke with her. I read her my Mother's Day card that I had written and was going to put in the mail the next day. The funny piece is that my mother kept asking me, well, why don't you come for Mother's Day? And I said, this year let me come for Father's Day because of other plans that I was making for New York. Well, you know what? She got me there for Mother's Day after all. I just want to share with you briefly, and I will share with you again as time goes on, that it was an incredible blessing to sit there bedside and just be with her. I am so grateful that we had gone through our healing, tremendous healing, the breach, about 8 months prior, 8 months to a year, but really started to manifest itself by September. It was such a blessing that my mother didn't pass immediately, because then I and she never would have had the opportunity to sit. I wouldn't have been able to sit with her and been so loving and gracious and expressive. I'll never forget that as long as I live. And I'm so grateful for all the healing and the blessings that have occurred at this time. Some very wise client of mine said, you were there for your mother. Linda, this is for you. You were there for your mother to help her transition to the other side. And I was. I was breathing with her as she was breathing. I knew. I said to my sister and my nieces, she's got maybe 2-3 more breaths. And she did. And I didn't take my eyes off of her, my hand off of her hand, or my other hand off her forehead for probably 10 minutes later. I just sat. I sat in the knowing that there was complete resolution, there was complete harmony and grace, and I will move on. I will support my father. I will support her friends and my uncles in the process. And again, that door opened for me to show up with grace and love and integrity, and in a space that was all about us, the healing of us, Mom, I love you so much. It's all I ever wanted. And for everybody out there, this is my message to you. This is my prayer and blessing to you. Find your resolution with whoever it is. Heal the breach. Heal it. Because once they're gone, it's a different way of healing. I'm not saying you can't heal once they're not in 3D, but to have this grace while they're transitioning, for me personally, it was equal to giving birth to my 2 beautiful children. So thank you for listening to me. I'm going to just start crying because it is so tender for me. And that's okay. That's okay. Now I'm going to walk in and say hi to my father, who's really hurting. And I'm here to hold the space for him. I will be back. I'm back. I'm back. Because this, speaking to you, is healing for me. And I hope that it brings some healing and joy to you. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody. And thank you. Thank all of you for sending me the messages and the love in this past week around my mother and what's happening. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow.